I have damage to the sidewall of the tire. We're gonna have to see then if the sidewall is not compromised.
Oh, he's coming to take off. Saddle up.
Beyond the stars, out where the sun sets, we'll find the light, and we'll keep it our secret. Oh, anywhere you wanna go.
Hi guys! In the last episode, we ended in the middle of Hurricane Alley, which was just a little bit south of Fort McPherson. We were on our way to do our gravel tail, which was going to be 850 kilometers of dirt from Tuk, which was at the Arctic Ocean, all the way down to Dawson City.
To the end of the Dempster.
Yeah, exactly.
So earlier in the summer, we did an iron tail, which was just essentially a saddle sore 1000 from Iron Butt Association, right? We did Albuquerque, New Mexico to
Jamestown, California.
1,024 miles in
19 and a half hours we did.
Yes. So success, suffering, but success. So why not give it a go in a place where the sun never sets?
But it actually does set when...
Ish.
It does.
Set-ish.
Uh-huh.
It did start to get dark, but much more than that, it got windy AF.
Yeah, it was really bad, like
Brutal.
so bad that like
Hurricane Alley.
we were doing the on the angle riding in gravel.
You know when you do it this way to the camera, they can't, so it's
okay,
this way,
this way. Okay, so it was bad.
Yeah.
So obviously we stopped. You saw in the last episode we had to camp out, and then what happens? It rains, and when it rains, it gets muddy.
I think you're supposed to say it pours, but it also gets muddy. It rained, it poured, and then it got muddy. But the point is, the Dempster is showing us all of its faces,
yeah.
And it's not the nice face. It left the nice face over there, and it's showing us its ugly face.
Yeah.
And so, stick around.
Well, we didn't make it.
We made it all of like 80 kilometers.
Yeah. From our campsite, which was like 6 miles before Eagle Plains. It was getting rainy as we stopped at Eagle Plains. We actually did run into somebody who was coming the other way, coming up. And he said that the road got really muddy and he was going really slow. So just to be careful. And we were like, oh, pussy. Like, yeah, we know. Everyone always tells us that the road is bad. And but like, we don't believe you. It'll be fine. Then we go and everything is going well for the first like, I don't know, 40 kilometers?
Yeah, 40, 50 kilometers was great.
And then it just turned into mud. And all of a sudden I sort of rounded a corner and just got right into this really deep mud and had some swivels and was able to control it, but really like scared myself. I started piddle paddling with my feet in first gear for a little bit where it was really bad. Eventually I was able to stand again on some of it, but a lot of the times I had to sit right back down and like paddle through some of this deep mud. And so we got to this opening here, and we saw these guys here. There were tents and motorcycles, and we thought, yes, that's it.
You see other people have given up.
And then it's okay for you to give up. I normally don't buy like prepared canned things, but
And I normally don't submit to hoofing them around.
But I actually bought this because I thought that the road to Tuk was going to be so bad that by the time we got there, we were going to be exhausted and I wouldn't want to have to actually like prepare a meal.
There's a variety of tops. This one is the like, can we call it the suck top? You squeeze this upper part, not the bottom part, the upper part, and olive oil comes out. Now here's the thing, it's a two-step process. Squeeze and suck.
It actually is going to work
Well,
really
what did
well.
you do when you got to Tuk instead of actually preparing anything?
I actually went to the convenience store to see what treats I could get for a celebration for actually getting there. And I ended up getting a nice big bag of sour cream and onion chips and a caramel milk bar and a Coke. And
So
that was
you
my dinner.
gorged yourself on junk food. The rain has cleared, the sun is out, And the road, while looking like shit, is on its way to looking a little less than like shit.
Stopping here was just like the best idea ever. Meeting Scott and Alex as well here who were camping out. Am I filming you just tucking in?
No. I'm getting ready. Yeah. Post.
It's still another like 4 hours until we get to Dawson City. So it's not just a nice hop, skip, and a jump. It's gonna take us some time.
Take the long way home if it meant I'd go walking by your door. Together we could see where the road will lead.
I always like to do a double check on the carrier when we are going through such bumpy road and gravel. But the carrier, no problems. Moxie is safe and sound. My camera pole here lost its bottom screw, so we needed to add in a new one and put some Loctite. So like I didn't check my bike last night, I'm checking it this morning. So I put Loctite, and you're normally supposed to give it like 24 hours so that it really solidifies.
Can't get enough. You walking by my side. You are my sunshine.
I've been feeling a little bit squiggly for the last bit, and I even started to think maybe a wheel bearing issue, because that sort of actually happened to me more frequently than a puncture. Here's the problem. In riding on it a while before I sort of realized what was happening, I have damage to the sidewall of the tire. We're gonna have to see then if the sidewall is not compromised.
To support the Go Roughly Around the World adventure, visit GoRuffly.com to purchase outdoor gear for you and your dog. It's ethically made, looks amazing, and holds up to all the abuse that Moxie gives it during our adventures. Use coupon code GoRuffly20 for 20% off your purchase. Thanks so much, and now back to the adventure.
Not my first rodeo at plugging this, but always good to have the instructions out. The probe tool, which is this guy.
All she wants over here is just to lay down. Like a third of the wheel has cracks along the sidewall.
Plug is in, let's see.
Oh, he's coming to take off. How are the ones there?
It seems okay. I don't see any obvious bubbling.
Who's gonna stop me now? Who's gonna tear me down? Remember, this is my game. Yes, it is.
We're getting quite good gas mileage, so that is positive. But she's clearly not going to make it on a single tank. No problem the first time around. No splashing. No loss of control. And so far so good this time.
Who's gonna stop me now? Who's gonna tear me down? Remember, this is my game.
My wife, I'm hoping, is at the visitor center
Okay.
because we filled up at Eagle Plains.
Yeah.
I pulled out of the way of the pumps to put my helmet and the earbuds in.
Yeah.
She took off.
Oh, no way.
Oh, catch up. And I didn't.
Oh, no.
She does this a lot. She just takes off and then I catch up later. Or she'll go behind me and suddenly I don't see her for half an hour and I'm going, what the hell did she do?
Do you guys have your communicators on? Do you guys have communicators?
No.
Let yourself go. Let yourself go. Let yourself go.
It was pretty brutal on the way down.
You have to respect it, or it's gonna make you respect it, one way or the other.
As bad as it was in the moment, it always just got a little bit better. You know, like the gravel could be really deep in one section and then it was better. Or the sun was behind the cloud and then the cloud moved away and then you're in this bright sun and you're nice and hot. So it was rewarding.
Mentality, I guess, being mentally prepared for it, mentally prepared for the weather, changing weather, the rain, the snow, the hail, the winds, the high winds.
I could say that the word would be proud. I am proud of myself for riding with Moxie up to Tuck, but I think rewarding really encapsulates everything that this experience was all about.
It's not only one case, there's probably two or three, right, where it's happened, where they end up being, like you said, defeated and tired and cold and just wanted to get the hell out of it. Right? So a couple of cases I bought the bikes and fixed them up and then sold them.
We've been here for 3 days, I think, and it was a good place here at the Dawson City RV Park because we had a chance to sort of get organized after coming down from the Dempster.
So I took it over to Napa Auto Parts across the street, and we decided let's put a tube in a tubeless tire. Not necessarily ideal, but that was the best way to kind of patch her up. So we still have massive problems here with tire damage, but the word is that at least the inside is structurally sound. It was leaking a little bit of air, and that was probably just because the plug that I put in was imperfect.
We met a lot of nice Swiss people while we were here, which was nice for me as well.
It's, we say in Switzerland for all Speck. This is Hochspeck.
Okay, like cooking
Speck.
yeah.
I'm traveling with my dog Punto from, we started last August in Switzerland, make 8 months in Europe, and now we are here in North America. And maybe we come to visit you one time in Guatemala.
Yes. Punto, his puppy, is feeling sick, and I was able to help to get him the information that they needed to get him down to the vet in Whitehorse. Hopefully everything is well with Punto. I haven't heard yet, but fingers crossed.
We still have a serious wobble going on. It's not as bad as it was, but we just can't get rid of this wobble. What we think is going on is that these pieces are essentially worn, and so as a result, we're not getting like the proper compression to keep everything like tight together. Giannis here had a great idea to take a piece of rubber, which I happen to have, and place it into the wheel well where this is to sit. And so that'll add some thickness, and then when we compress everything together, we might make up for the fact that this thing is worn to shit. Or it won't, but we gotta try it.
Yeah, look at
Really,
that.
no more
Solid.
wiggle. It's solid, and I haven't even really wrenched everything down
Yeah.
tight yet, so this is a good sign.
went up to this place called the Dome, where you get up nice and high and you can see the Klondike River. The Yukon or the Klondike? And you can see all of the areas where they were mining for gold in the past.
You're headed to?
Now we up to Tuck, and now we're gonna go down to the tip of South America. So we can do tip to tip, and then we'll fly over to South Africa, and then from the tip of South Africa, and then up into Europe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're leaving CarMax. We're gonna try and take that alternative route to get to Watson Lake, which is the 4 or something that goes through Faro, not sure. I have no idea really what the road condition is like. Two people had completely opposite views of the road. I actually called up to see if they had gas there because the guy here was telling me that they might not have gas and nobody was answering their phones on a Sunday night. So we are going to just try it.
I'm setting the sun, I'm ready to run, I'm walking a tire up. I give you the fall, spring, singing a song, we're taking the high road. We're taking the high road. We're finally awakened, we're taking the high
Hi guys, I hope you really enjoyed this episode. Head on over to Patreon so that you can get our behind the scenes for each episode, where we share travel tips and live from the road updates. Donate what you can to get access so that you can dive deeper into the adventure with us. The link is in the description below. In this week's behind the scenes, I'm going to be talking about what it was like to ride in the mud with Moxie on the back in this really horrible weather and bad conditions. I think you guys are really going to want to hear it. So don't forget to subscribe to us here on YouTube and at GoRUFFLY for Facebook and Instagram. Thanks so much, and I'll see you over on Patreon.